It's an Eastern Conference battle here at the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto as the Raptors look to work their home court advantage. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Hill is out there with Ellis. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then it's Paul George. And it's Mahinmi in the 5 spot.
And for Luis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Out to the right wing. Ellis wide open. No luck. Now Toronto takes it the other way. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Here's Lowry. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Yeah, you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Indiana making some changes. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Allen comes in for C.J. Miles. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Hill. Tipped away. Stolen by George. And he jams it with authority.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it, the fast break chance.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And it's Lowry penetrating.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking them down today.
Here's Turner. Back to Stuckey. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. And on the topic of Lowry, he became only the 3rd Toronto Raptor ever, Clark, to be voted into the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, Bosch and Vinsanity, the other two. Lowry also participated in the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. Man, he's been outstanding as a point guard.
And a tenacious leader for the Raptors.
Yeah.
Turner with a screen for Ellis. And another shot. Nice jump shot. Good. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Stuckey. Scola pass to Carey. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Over in the corner, Ellis. Back to George. Five to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. They get it back. Here's Allen. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Wasted no time on that one.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little. More loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Hill comes in for Turner. And it's Solomon Hill in for Lavoy Allen.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Paul George. C.J. Miles comes in for Monte Ellis. And George Hill's subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. They set the pick. Hill dishes to Mahinmi. Outside for Miles. Hill is screen on DeRozan. And here's Miles outside. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Pacers out in front. They're up by 2. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
They seem to be a step slower, and that's one reason why they've been able to own the rebounding edge.
Well, the anticipation's been better. As the ball hits the rim, it's gone right to them. Solid job of them chasing it down and anticipating.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Hill and Miles team up in the backcourt. Hill is up there with Hill. And it's Mahinmi in at the 5 down low. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
Back to Valanciunas, and he gets the bucket. Carroll's got 4 this quarter. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Carroll's gotten 3 of his 5 shots to go here. Hill has the open look. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Stoic pitch to Valanciunas.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Hill kicks to Hill. He used that pick to get in close.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's DeRozan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished. Struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too.
Yeah.
But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the 2. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
And Carroll gets it to go. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Raptors?
and it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Turner's checked in for the Pacers. Tipped away. Carroll passes to DeRozan.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
You know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014, was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
Pacers trail by 3. The drive by Ellis. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Right side, DeRozan.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Raptors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And stolen by Patterson. Got a piece of it. Stolen by George. And here's Miles outside. And again, it's the Pacers from deep. 7 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Paul George with the steal. Good if it goes. You know what? And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out. Ahead.